till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon. Turn us to thousands, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Hey everyone, there we go. I am here, and look at this. Look right down there. There is a rocket launching in about 30 minutes, I think. I am pretty sure. So, liftoff is now targeted for 9:16 p.m. EDT, which means, if it's 8:46 right now, sorry, I'm just trying to do my math. If it's 8:46 right now, then it will be launching exactly half an hour from now. Yeah. Whoa, what's that? Oh, I guess I could turn on the sound.
On the surface of the moon in 2024. Good evening from Mission Control in Houston and the International Space Station Flight Control Room here at the Johnson Space Center. Flight controllers here are watching over the station as they do 24/7, 365, tending to its systems and the 3 crew members comprising the Expedition 63 crew. We'll talk more about them in a moment. Back at the Wallops Flight Facility, Northrop Grumman engineers are monitoring the countdown at this hour from the Range Control Center. They will be in control of the 9-minute climb to orbit for the two-stage Antares rocket from liftoff to the point when the Cygnus resupply craft separates.
Okay, so it sounds like he's just explaining what's going on right now. So let's listen back in.
Everyone is go for launch. In Dulles, Virginia, another team of Northrop Grumman engineers are on duty as well, ready to take over the flight of Cygnus after spacecraft separation under the direction of Mission Director Zach Dwyer. They'll be following all of Cygnus's maneuvers during its 3-day trek to the International Space Station. Back here in Mission Control in Houston, the Orbit 3 team of flight controllers is on duty, with the station crew members well into their sleep period for the night. As was the case last night, Flight Director T.J. Creamer is back in charge, presiding over the Orbit 3 team this evening. Cygnus's launch was originally scheduled for this past Tuesday night, but a forecast of inclement weather at Wallops for both Tuesday and Wednesday night pushed the initial launch attempt to last night. And with the weather finally cooperating last night, the countdown reached the 2-minute 40-second mark before the launch was scrubbed. We'll talk more about that in a moment. At the present time, we're sitting at T-minus 28 minutes and counting.
Watch it.
There are no issues being worked by the launch control team at Wallops.
But I heard it was
As we mentioned last night, each launch of a Cygnus cargo craft carries with it a tradition for Northrop Grumman, the naming of the spacecraft after a noted space explorer who contributed to human space exploration. The Cygnus being launched tonight is named for NASA astronaut Kalpana Chawla, who twice flew into space, first on the STS-87 mission aboard the Space Shuttle Columbia in 1997, and then on the ill-fated STS-107 mission aboard Columbia in 2003, in which she and her 6 crewmates lost their lives during entry. Kalpana Chawla, the first NASA astronaut of Indian and South Asian descent, being honored on this mission of Cygnus to the International Space Station. The Antares rocket being launched tonight is a 2-stage rocket that will propel the Cygnus cargo craft to its preliminary orbit to begin the chase to reach the International Space Station in the wee hours Monday morning. But before we look ahead, let's look back 24 hours to last night's postponement. And with us this evening by phone to discuss all of these developments, returning tonight with us, is Christina Halona, the Northrop Grumman Antares System Engineering Program Manager. Christina, thanks for joining us once again this evening.
Thank you, Rob. I'm excited to be back with you and our NASA TV viewers to see a successful Antares launch and Cygnus mission to the International Space Station.
Everything's looking great tonight, but before we get into all of that, walk us through last night's scrub. What was the cause? How did Northrop Grumman remedy the issue that brought us to this evening's launch attempt?
No problem, Rob. So last night during the countdown, the computer auto-aborted at approximately T-minus 2 minutes and 49 seconds when it received an off-nominal reading from the ground support equipment. The team tracked the automated abort to a software issue, and it was resolved. Nonetheless, launch scrubs for ground systems issues do sometimes occur as we place mission success and the safety of our team and the public above all other considerations. As can be seen from the numerous scrubs this launch we've had this past week, including Delta IV and Falcon 9 due to weather and ground system faults, each and every countdown will not always result in a launch attempt, which is just simply part of the launch business. Our Northrop Grumman team is trained to respond professionally to scrub launch attempts in order to maintain Antares and Cygnus in a safe condition. We always quickly investigate the root cause if there's any issues and maintain ready earlier the next day.
Fun fact, I was watching the Delta IV Heavy the other night and I just laughed so hard. Because I was also watching the other one a few weeks ago, like a month ago. 2 months ago. And it was really funny because there was like a hot fire abort. It was late at night. It was really funny.
Grumman and contributing to that supply chain for the International Space Station. How robust is this vehicle? How important is tonight's launch as we head into a busy period aboard the International Outpost?
Rob, NG-14 was designated as a mission essential mission by NASA during the COVID-19 pandemic, and our team has been focused on being ready on time despite the additional restrictions and mitigations put in place to keep our workforce safe. The Antares launch system and the Virginia Space Launch Pad we both use are designated to be very robust, which has allowed us to achieve 7 consecutive successful Antares 230 and 230 plus flights that enabled successful CYGNUS missions to the ISS. Antares is our 230 plus workforce, and we are carrying CYGNUS loaded with nearly 8,000 pounds of cargo tonight. Northrop Grumman.
I'll be right back, guys. You guys can move. You guys can keep listening. I'll be right back.
Personally, as a Native American from the Navajo Nation, I am truly honored to be part of our human exploration program, and I hope to inspire others to reach for the stars when setting their goals.
Thank you very much, Christina. Christina Halona of Northrop Grumman with us this evening by phone. The countdown for CYGNUS's launch now stands at T-minus 23 minutes, 14 seconds, and counting. At the time of launch, at 8:16 and 14 seconds p.m. Central Time, 9:16:14 p.m. Eastern, the International Space Station and its 3 residents will be flying 258 statute miles over the southern Indian Ocean. Antares and CYGNUS will arc out to the southeast from Wallops to start the rendezvous and a series of pre-programmed engine firings that will lead to its arrival at the International Space Station and its robotic capture Monday morning. Station Commander Chris Cassidy of NASA, backed up by Russian cosmonaut Ivan Wagner from Roscosmos, will be in the cupola at the robotic workstation monitoring CYGNUS's systems during its final approach, with Cassidy using the Canadarm2 robotic arm to reach out and grapple the Northrop Grumman resupply vehicle. At that point, he will turn the robotic chores over to a team of ground controllers here in Houston who will maneuver CYGNUS into an installation position to be installed and bolted into place on the Earth-facing side of the Unity module of the International Space Station for a stay of about 2 months. The CYGNUS is scheduled to depart the station in mid-December for a 2-week free flight in which additional scientific experiments will be conducted.
Copy not required.
On board the International Space Station, Cassidy, Wagner, and Russian cosmonaut Anatoly Ivanishin are asleep at this hour, less than 3 weeks away from the end of their 6.5-month mission on the orbital outpost. They are scheduled to return to Earth on the evening of October 21st, U.S. time, which will be the morning of October 22nd on the steppe of Kazakhstan, for a parachute-assisted landing in their Soyuz MS-16 spacecraft. That will come 8 days after the arrival of the next trio of residents to the International Space Station, NASA astronaut Kate Rubins, Sergei Ryzhikov, and Sergei Kodsver.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna stop everything right now because I need to do something real fast. SpaceX is also launching, and I kind of expected this. So I'm gonna stop everything. I'll be back. Don't worry, I'll be back soon. I just need to see what time SpaceX is launching.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on
Alright, I'm back. Sorry.
If everything goes as planned, Cygnus again will arrive in the wee hours Monday morning at the International Space Station, arriving along the intersection called the R-bar, the radial vector, which is an imaginary line drawn between the International Space Station and the Earth. The Cygnus will arrive about 400 feet directly below the station and inchworm its way up to the point where Cassidy will use the robotic arm to reach out and grapple the resupply craft. The capture of Cygnus is scheduled right now at 4:20 a.m. Central Time, 5:20 a.m. Eastern Time on Monday morning.
And ops to LC, countdown.
Good, LC.
Yeah, just be advised, step 386 will be required for today's op.
Copy that.
And LC, this is prop lead. Actual F1N level is 10 of 10.
Copy 10 of 10, 381, core 1. Provide status on F1N level.
LC core 1, countdown 1, standby.
All right, there we go.
As we approach the 17-minute mark into the countdown, propellant loading is complete. You see the venting at the interstage area of the two-stage Antares rocket. Everything continues to be green across the board at Wallops. The weather is perfect. Everything all set for Antares to begin its flight to deliver the Cygnus resupply vehicle to its preliminary orbit.
And CMDLC, countdown 1.
LC core 1, countdown 1.
Go ahead, core 1.
Fuel level adjustment is not required.
Copy, not required. We'll go ahead and check 382. And prop 2, step 383, configure OCCS for no adjustment to fuel level. CMDLC, countdown 1.
LC to CMD.
Yeah, you go for step 385. You can transfer Cygnus to launch mode.
LC CMD, in
prop 2. LC, this is prop 2 and countdown 1. OCCS configured for no adjustment to fuel level.
At T-minus 16 minutes and counting, those calls from the Range Control Center engineers for Northrop Grumman indicate that the fuel loading for the Antares rocket is at the proper level, into stable replenish now. No adjustment for fuel required this evening, and Cygnus is about to go on internal power. Tonight's launch kicks off a very busy period of activity at the International Space Station. Again, a launch tonight results in Cygnus arriving at the station in the wee hours Monday morning. That will be followed in a couple of weeks by a Soyuz crew rotation, as we mentioned, with Kate Rubins of NASA and her two Russian crewmates scheduled to launch October 14th from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan for a two-orbit rendezvous, a 3-hour fast-track journey to the International Space Station that will kick off an 8-day handover with Chris Cassidy and his two Russian crewmates, Anatoly Ivanishin and Ivan Wagner, who we said a moment ago are in the home stretch of their 6.5-month mission on the station. They'll be returning to Earth on the night of October 21st, U.S. time. And right on the heels of that, on October 31st, on the 20th...
Supposed to launch. Through T-minus 15 minutes, we'll be coming up on our polling for our final count, proceeding with our final countdown in just about 2 minutes.
On the 20th anniversary of the launch of Expedition 1, Bill Shepard, Yuri Gudzenko, and Sergei Krikalev. On October 31st, the Crew 1 mission is scheduled to launch aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. the Resilience Crew Dragon spacecraft with Mike Hopkins, Victor Glover, Shannon Walker, and Soichi Noguchi on board, scheduled to arrive at the International Space Station on November 1st.
It's gonna be in the middle of the night for me.
T-minus 14 minutes and counting.
And CMD, I'll wait for your call on 387.
Wait, am I talking too loud? Oh no, it's fine. Actually, I might be a little too quiet.
This is CMD. Cygnus is in launch mode and nominal. Copy that, CMD. We'll check step 387 complete.
Here in the International Space Station Flight Control Room, a final go has been passed on to Flight Director T.J. Creamer by the Cygnus Mission Director in Dulles. Both Antares and Cygnus are go for launch. At this hour, the International Space Station flying 258 miles over the South Atlantic, about to swing just to the south of the continent of Africa. Again, at the time of launch, at 8:16 and 14 seconds p.m. Central Time, the station and its 3 residents who are asleep at this hour will be flying over the southern Indian Ocean.
Down 1, step 388. At this time, I want to poll to proceed with final countdown. GSO?
GSO, go.
RSO?
RSO's go.
TD?
TD is go.
Prop lead?
Prop lead is go.
Stage 1?
Stage 1 is go.
MES1?
MES1 is go.
GCE?
GCE is go.
ACE?
ACE is go.
Mars?
Mars is go.
CMD?
CMD is go.
LD?
LD is go.
NG?
In honor of Kalpana Chawla, whose research on astronaut health and safety during spaceflight helped pave the way for humans to live and work in space, Northrop Grumman is go.
Copy that, Northrop Grumman. We are go to proceed with final countdown. Check step 388. Ops 2, LC, be advised, step 389 is not required for today's operation. Step 390 will not be required for today's operation.
And Ops 2 copies.
Coming up on the T-minus 11-minute mark, that final poll for launch conducted at the Range Control Center at the Wallops Flight Facility in Virginia, as Antares is set to begin its journey of about 9 minutes in duration to deliver the Cygnus resupply craft to its preliminary orbit.
And passing T-minus 11 minutes.
What's nice is that I have a little muter on the microphone, so if I just need to cough, I can just be like, I'm back. Just kidding, I wasn't actually coughing, that was fake, but... Oh, this isn't true! Sorry. Wait, hold on.
Coming up on the T-minus 10-minute mark, fuel loading complete, the weather is perfect. Everything is all set to begin the journey of Cygnus to the International Space Station.
And T-minus 10 minutes.
T-minus 10 minutes! Ooh! Sorry, I feel like... Sorry guys, I'm like distorting the microphone. Because I like breathe into it like...
No issues being worked in the Range Control Center.
It gives me like a red light.
At Wallops Island, Virginia, or
like,
at Dulles, Virginia. where the Cygnus spacecraft team for Northrop Grumman, monitoring Cygnus' systems, ready to take over at the time of spacecraft separation, just over 9 minutes after launch.
Oh, I'm still on.
And Ops 1, Step 391, enable ACS VDMs.
Oh, hi, whoever's watching.
Ops 1, ACS VDMs,
You can type in the chat. I'm watching it. It's live.
ACS
I
VDMs
mean,
enabled,
kind of.
voltage nominal, and commands cleared. Copy that. Elect 1, check 391, check 392. And launch
won't
team
be a
advised, Step 393
dance
will not be
reaction, don't
required
worry.
for today's operation.
It's just me. Yeah. Hold up. There we go.
Once Cygnus arrives at the International Space Station in the wee hours Monday morning and is grappled and then installed and bolted into place, a series of leak checks at the berthing interface between Cygnus and the Unity module will be conducted by NASA astronaut and station commander Chris Cassidy, making sure that we have a tight seal between the Cygnus and the station before he begins the process of opening the hatch to Cygnus and the start of the unloading of the most time-critical experiments and supplies that are being brought up on the Cygnus resupply vehicle.
Copy site control, check Step 394.
Coming up on the 7.5-minute mark until launch. Passing through 7 minutes until launch.
T-minus 7 minutes.
Okay, guys.
Okay. He was talking about the Unity module, which is what the rocket is gonna bolt to, and this is it. This is what it looks like. Let's keep listening.
Left 1, check 395, 396, and 397.
T-minus 6 minutes and counting. Northrop Grumman preparing to provide Friday night lights down the eastern seaboard. Everything is go for launch.
Guys, I know this is kind of a bad timing. I need to do something real fast. It'll be fast, don't worry. And you'll still see the launch. Don't worry. It's going to be on hold for a second.
Not required for today's operation.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's
Coming up on
left.
the T-minus 5 minutes.
The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go through the wastelands.
Alright, I'm back. And I'm gonna... There we go. I just changed the title so that it would say that I'm also gonna react to the SpaceX one, which is gonna happen soon. And guys, what I'm really surprised about, my stream hasn't dropped at all. So if you refresh the page, yep, there we go. Yeah.
T-minus 3 minutes and counting.
3 minutes? Whoa, it already jumped. I need to text my friend. Okay, just texted my friend. Oh, you guys can't see, or you guys can't hear. Sorry.
GNC1.
Okay, guys, 2 minutes.
Coming up on the T-minus 2 minute mark, and Terry's systems in excellent shape, no issues.
T-minus 2 minutes on my mark.
2 minutes.
Mark.
"90 seconds until launch."
T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Alright, 1 minute, guys. Alright, I'm gonna watch, not from OBS anymore. I'm gonna watch YouTube. "60 seconds.
T-minus 1 minute.
Yeah.
Well into the terminal count, T-minus 50 seconds and counting.
Okay. Starting, guys. Here we go.
T-minus 30 seconds. Mark.
Guys, it's about to launch.
T-minus 15 seconds.
15 seconds, guys. 15. Here we go.
T-minus 10.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Engine start and liftoff. The SS Kalpana Chawla takes flight, sights set on the International Space Station.
Woohoo! Look at that go.
Pitch and roll programmer in.
Engines at 100%.
Guys, there it is. The rocket launched.
Attitude nominal.
Woo! Oh, I can't do that anymore. least be able to go. Woo! Oh. There it is. OBS is like killing me. It's like, hey, stop.
Steady and nominal. 100%.
There it is, my friends. It has launched.
Altitude 20,000 feet.
1 minute into the flight, everything looking good on Antares.
Passing through max Q, altitude nominal.
Maximum dynamic.
Antares passing through the area of maximum dynamic pressure.
Oh, that was close.
50,000 feet. Attitude nominal. All vehicle subsystems are nominal.
Guys, there's a
Coming up on the 2-minute mark into the flight, everything looking good.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have I been doing that the whole time?
Passing 100,000 feet.
I have.
Attitude nominal. Vehicle subsystems nominal.
Guys, it has launched. It is flying right now.
Engines remain at 100%. Attitude nominal. Vehicle subsystems nominal.
Good reports from the Range Control Center at Wallops.
30 seconds to throttle down.
Throttle down is the precursor to main engine cutoff for the first stage.
I'm gonna kill this fly. Actually, it's not a fly, it's some bug. I don't really care.
Coming up on the 3-minute mark into the flight.
Sorry, can add to. Need to check OBS. Make sure everything's running smooth. No dropped frames. Wow. I'm surprised. Thought there was gonna be like...
Engines at 55% thrust.
Standing by for main engine cutoff on the first stage.
So guys, when there's 2 stages, one will break off, and for SpaceX, it'll be reused, but... Look at that RCS.
Stage 1 separation. Attitude nominal.
Stage 1 separation confirmed from the Range Control Center. Antares flying straight and true.
Antares in coast phase until proper conditions for fairing separation and stage 2 ignition are achieved.
Fairing deployed.
Fairing separation confirmed. CYGNUS now exposed to the atmosphere as it continues its trek uphill to its preliminary orbit.
Stage 2 ignition.
This will be about a 2-minute 44-second burn of the second stage engine.
Attitude nominal. Attitude nominal. Vehicle subsystems nominal. 140 kilometers.
Coming up on the 5-minute mark into the flight.
All systems continue nominal. Altitude 150 kilometers. All systems nominal.
The second stage burnout is scheduled at about the 6-minute 51-second mark into the flight.
Altitude 170 kilometers, roughly 1 minute to stage 2 burnout. Altitude 184 kilometers, all systems nominal, roughly 30 seconds to stage 2 burnout.
Hold on, guys, I'll be right back. That noise didn't sound good. I don't know what that was.
Six minutes, 40 seconds into the flight, standing by for stage 2 burnout.
Stage 2 tail off. Stage 2 burnout.
And Cygnus has reached the preliminary orbital insertion.
Antares will coast for roughly 100 seconds prior to payload separation.
And as you heard, the next major event will be Cygnus's separation from the second stage.
Attitude nominal.
Cygnus has begun its journey to reach the International Space Station early Monday morning.
All vehicle subsystems nominal. Altitude 191 kilometers, roughly 1 minute to payload separation.
Liftoff occurred right on the dime at 8:16 and 14 seconds p.m. Central Time, 9:16:14 p.m. Eastern Time. The International Space Station and its 3 crew members who are asleep at this hour approaching the southwest coast of Australia.
I'm back, boys. E. So as you heard,
Altitude
or may have heard,
192 kilometers, roughly 30 seconds to payload separation. All systems nominal.
Are you done?
At the time of Cygnus's separation from the second stage, the operations will move to Dulles, Virginia, and the Cygnus Flight Control Room under the direction of Mission Director Zach Dwyer.
Okay, guys, just so you know, I'll actually wait till the fairing separate. Wow. Yeah, there you go, separation.
Spacecraft separation confirmed. The SS Kalpana Chawla well on its way to the International Space Station.
CCAM initiated. Attitude nominal. LC, ace out.
All right, Ace, great job calling it out, and great job to the Northrop Grumman and NASA Wallops and everybody else, Mars, on getting this mission off in difficult times. Okay, launch team, we're going to go ahead and proceed now with our post-launch checklist. And prop lead, I assume 425 is already started.
Okay, guys, the stream is going to stop here in a little bit. My stream.
And prop lead LC, countdown 1.
What is the thing?
Yeah, we've already began our warm helium and cold helium purging.
Okay, copy that. We'll check 425 complete. GNC 1 LC, step 426. Let me know when you've provided the entire state vector to Cygnus.
LC GNC 1, state vector submission and work.
Okay, copy and work.
LC.
Go ahead, LD.
LC, this is LD. I'd just like to thank the launch team for an outstanding effort. Way to go, team. Thank you.
Mars, NASA, and the Antares launch team. Oh, and Cygnus too. So thanks everybody. Great job. Carry on, LC.
Thank you, LD.
Okay, in just a few minutes, my stream will stop or be on hold while...
This is Mission Control Houston. Cygnus now safely in orbit en route to the International Space Station. A perfect launch from the Wallops Flight Facility in Virginia. On the line with us right now is the International Space Station's Deputy Program Manager, Kenny Todd.
Okay. My stream is going to stop here in a little bit, or be on hold, because SpaceX is doing a launch today. So I wanted to also record that. That's why the title is changed to 2 launches. So, in just a few minutes, in probably 5 minutes, I am going to switch it over. Good luck to me trying to get it.
Entire Northrop Grumman team. It was a spectacular launch. I don't think you can ever get tired of watching these night launches. And as you said yesterday, creating the artificial dawn for a few minutes there, it's just gorgeous. And the entire launch team there at the Wallops Flight Facility, again, they just do a great job at launching these vehicles. But yeah, we're very excited about having Cygnus off the pad on the way coming to the International Space Station with about 8,000 pounds of cargo, of which over a third of it is really committed to the science and utilization of the space station, and really taking advantage of this low Earth orbit asset where we can do some things in microgravity that quite frankly we can't do anywhere else on the planet. So we're always excited to have new people like.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's.
See right there in front of you on your screen is the GPS-3 satellite, and that structure is what we call the payload fairing, which is about 17 feet in diameter or 5 meters in diameter and about 43 feet or 13 meters tall. This payload fairing protects the satellite from aerodynamic heating, loads, and contamination during ascent. Once we're in the vacuum of space, we no longer need this protection, so we will jettison the fairing halves as the second stage continues with the satellite to its targeted drop-off orbit. The fairing halves that we are using today are new, and we'll be attempting to recover them using our recovery ships that you see on your screen, Mistreat and Mischief. And now, because weather plays a major role in the recovery efforts, about 2 minutes before the fairing halves are set to land, the team will check in to see if it is safe to make a catch attempt. And this is because weather can impact the sea states for Mistreat and Mischief, but it can also affect the fairing's altitude, position, and speed, which could change how the fairing halves fall back to Earth. Now that large trusted structure next to Falcon 9, and on your screen it's to the left of Falcon 9 there, that is what we call the Transporter Erector, or TE. The TE is used to roll out Falcon 9 to the launch pad, and it raises it to the vertical launch position and also routes power, fluids, and communication to both the rocket and the satellite. Now let's get a status update on the vehicle.
Good evening from SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, California. I'm John Innsbrucker, Falcon 9 Principal Integration Engineer. Now, the launch vehicle and satellite vehicle teams are ready for launch as we approach the T-minus 9-minute mark to liftoff. Now, this is our third GPS-3 launch, and all three have been from Space Launch Complex 40. Now, the spacecraft team performed their functional checkouts of the GPS satellite earlier today, and the Falcon 9 team began their final checks at T-minus 2 hours. Most recently, we completed the poll to proceed with propellant load and launch. This was at T-minus 38 minutes, and all parties were go. So the team at Cape Canaveral began loading propellant at T-minus 35 minutes. We used the same propellants on both the first and second stages. The second stage is primarily a short version of a first stage. That's one of the many reliability features in the Falcon design. Our fuel is a refined form of kerosene known as RP1. Our oxidizer is super chilled liquid oxygen called LOX. We chill it well below the boiling point so we can load more onto the booster, as well as avoid the need to continue topping it off to make up for losses due to propellant boil-off. Now, currently, the second stage that you can see on the screen just above that black interstage cylinder, that second stage is fully loaded with the RP1 kerosene fuel. The first stage is going to continue loading kerosene fuel until T-minus 6 minutes. Liquid oxygen is loading onto both the first and second stages right now. We're also loading helium into storage vessels on the first and second stages. We take this cold helium and run it through heat exchangers on the Merlin engines. That heats the helium up, and that hot helium is used to fill the empty volume in the tanks created when the engine pumps are pulling propellant out of the stage. By heating the helium, it expands the volume that it occupies, and that increases its efficiency. Now, at 7 minutes, we're going to open the pre-valves between the first stage engines and the propellant tanks. We'll begin the engine chill-in sequence. This is where we cool the turbopumps to avoid thermal shocks when we start the pumps at T-minus 2 seconds to light the Merlin engines. And we're inside engine 7 minutes, and we've heard the call that engine chill has begun right on time. On the GPS spacecraft, the team has transitioned the GPS spacecraft to internal battery power. That finished at about T-minus 13.5 minutes. That is their last major activity that's required before launch. On the range, the eastern range is ready to support. They are green and go. And the good news on the weather, while we've been dodging thick clouds that may have forced a launch scrub, for the moment, the weather officer believes that the cloud layers are thin enough and may just get past us that we aren't going to have an issue. We'll continue to listen, but 6 minutes and 19 seconds to go, we should be able to get there. Now, if we do have to call a hold on today's launch, we have a backup opportunity tomorrow. Liftoff would be a few minutes earlier at 9:39 p.m. Eastern Time. But right now, all systems continue to be go for a liftoff just past 43 minutes after the hour.
Don't worry, I promise.
As we mentioned earlier, today's mission is for the U.S. Space Force launching the GPS-3 Space Vehicle 4 payload. Now we'll hear from the Air Force's Lieutenant Colonel Margaret Sullivan and Lockheed Martin's Tanya Ladwig for more information on tonight's payload.
I didn't know it was different. Wow.
We use GPS every day.
Today, everyone has GPS technology in their pocket.
It's 25 years of space-based position, navigation, and timing, supporting the entire world.
GPS touches the lives of everyday people all the time. It's changed the way we work, it's changed the way we play with over 4 billion users worldwide. We're already preparing for the next generation of GPS satellites with our GPS-3 follow-on contract, and we're inserting greater technology for greater capability.
The brand new United States Space Force owns this premier asset and provides this position, navigation, and timing service to everyone.
We're just over 4 minutes from liftoff. Everything continues to be go for launch. Right now, the clamp arms around the second stage are opening. We are about to retract the strongback away from the Falcon 9. We're going to move it about 2 degrees away. You can see on the monitor the arms are open. We've pressurized the stages as part of that. And right now we are moving away, like I said, about 2 degrees away. At liftoff, hydraulics will then pull the strongback to a position that's 45 degrees away from the rocket to make sure we're clear for liftoff. Now, first stage fuel loading did complete on time at T-minus 6 minutes. We're waiting to hear first stage LOX load complete at T-minus 3, and then a minute later, LOX loading on second stage. Strongback lower has been announced closeout for flight, so the strongback is in position, ready to support launch. At 1 minute before liftoff, you're going to hear the announcement Falcon 9 is in startup. That means the rocket's own internal computers are autonomously controlling the Falcon 9 countdown.
3 minutes.
Coming up on 3 minutes, waiting to hear how LOX loading is going.
Get ready, guys.
Stage 1, LOX load is closed out.
And we've got closeout of the first stage LOX load. Now, on top of the Falcon 9, the GPS-3 space vehicle continues to be go. They have done their last activity, getting on internal power. They're waiting for liftoff now. Good news, Falcon 9 team, GPS team, we're working no issues on the rocket. And the weather continues to be green and good for launch.
That's good.
That call out you just heard, M1D engines are fully chilled in for flight. That means when we get to spinning the turbopumps at T-minus 2 seconds, the temperatures are cold enough so that we won't turn any of that liquid oxygen into gaseous oxygen, which would be bad to pull through the pumps. Now, as a reminder, as we come up on 2 minutes, if we don't launch today, we have a backup opportunity tomorrow. Liftoff time would be scheduled at 9:39 p.m. Eastern Time.
Stage 2, LOX load closed out.
We're inside 2 minutes, closing out liquid oxygen on the second stage. We're now going to begin draining the liquid oxygen down the strongback, away from the second stage, back down through the lines, making sure that everything is clear out of that strongback for liftoff. And that's what's going to be creating the white clouds that you can see around the rocket right now coming off of the strongback as we vent the gaseous oxygen that's very cold, and it meets the warm, humid Florida air, and you get the big white clouds of condensation. That's normal for us. Next major activity again at T-minus 1 minute will be in startup. First and second stages will also begin to pressurize for launch.
1 minute, 7 seconds, guys. Here we go. Engines are in startup.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
There's a call out. We've gone into startup. Next up, SpaceX launch director gives the final go for launch.
This is the mission director. Go for launch.
There we go. Go for launch. 3 words. All we need. Here we go.
We're coming up at T-minus 30 seconds. Everything looking good. All systems are go for launch of Falcon 9 with the GPS-3 space vehicle number 4.
20 seconds, guys. Here we go.
Stage 1, flight press.
15 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And we have an abort. All agencies stand by.
I am shocked.
As you can see right now, it's T-minus 2 seconds. We did not get to T-minus 0. We heard the call out of an abort. They're currently safing the vehicle. We're going to be listening to hear if we can get some more information.
Sorry, the friend I texted back and said I'm watching it right now. Oh. Yikes. What happened? Didn't pull up. That's good. T-minus 2 seconds. Aww. We'll wait to hear the call out, and then I will just text back. LOL, I heard you saw my message, and then 2 laughing faces.
John Innsbrucker back again. You can see the clock is reset to T-minus 15.
Yep.
That doesn't mean that we are going to attempt another launch. We are going to scrub for tonight because we'll be out of the window. However, that's where the clock resets to as they begin safing the vehicle. Right now, the team is busy making sure that the automated sequences to safe the launch vehicle are underway. We did not get down to T0. We did not try to launch. We had the abort, as you saw on the screen, at about T-minus 2 seconds, which is just the start as we get into the engine ignition sequence. Now for Falcon 9, lighting rocket engines and then shutting them down is fairly normal. We do this in Texas when we test the stages. We also do this when we static fire the Falcon 9 on the launch pad, as we did with this rocket several days ago. So going through the sequence to safe the vehicle is fairly standard for the launch team. We're hoping that we may get an announcement from the launch director a little bit later over the countdown net.
Oh, someone just joined in. So guys, basically the rocket aborted. They are currently trying to make sure the vehicle is safe right now. That's interesting. Don't know exactly why yet. I'm interested too. I don't know why. Alright. I know why I'm interested. Like, duh. I don't know why it aborted. I think that would be obvious. I'm wanting to know too. It's live. This is live. This is
John Innsbrucker again back here at the webcast desk in SpaceX headquarters, Hawthorne, California. If you're just joining us, you can see T-minus 15 minutes.
The mission director is cleared to scrub following today's abort. Stand by for discussion on recycle.
We've just heard the SpaceX launch director on the countdown net announce what we talked about earlier. We have a scrub for the evening. If you are with us, we got down to about T-minus 2 seconds approximately. We haven't seen the actual shutdown time. We were just starting the engine ignition sequence when we had a hold. We then began safing. We did not get into lighting all 9 of the Merlin rocket engines. Right now we're waiting to hear if there's anybody else coming up on the countdown net, but it doesn't appear so. So we did we did hold the countdown at about T-minus 2 seconds. Because our window only lasted 15 minutes tonight and we don't know how to quickly solve the issue and try to recycle the launch, plus we had already loaded propellant and we can't hold once we do that, we are scrubbed for the night, as you heard just a moment ago from the SpaceX launch director on the countdown net. We're going to hold on for just a little bit more, see if we can bring you any other information. Right now, we're still waiting to find out whether it was a ground or a flight vehicle issue that caused us to hold the countdown and scrub for the night.
okay, so basically, guys, whoa, that voice raspy, not necessarily a crack, but vehicle scrubbed and aborted. Don't know why. And yes, this is very live. Like, I am streaming the stream of SpaceX. Like, this is my reaction to the live. So basically, if you lived Yeah. You can also type in the stream chat. I mean, it would go out to everyone, but actually no. Go over text. Go over text. I'll tell you why later. So yeah, it aborted. I'm waiting to hear any other information.
John Innsbrucker with you again from the webcast desk here at SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, California. Well, we dodged the weather tonight. We got down to almost T0, but we held at approximately T-minus 2 seconds as we were getting ready to ignite the 9 Merlin 1D engines that would then take us to liftoff and out into space. We are in a safing process right now, fairly standard for the Falcon 9. We've run this on the vehicle many times, those who have maybe seen static fires with us before. The vehicle is safe. Team is working through to make sure that they get all the steps complete. We did hear from the launch director, just reiterating that because of the hold at T-minus 2 seconds, we and the Space Force mission director have gone ahead and scrubbed the launch for the evening. Now, right now, the vehicle is being safed. Doesn't appear to be any issues on the launch pad, but that does end our launch opportunity for tonight. Now, our next launch opportunity is Saturday, tomorrow, at 9:39 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Now, we're not sure yet if we're going to recycle and try to launch in about 24 hours. The team's going to have to work through the issues, figure out whether or not we have to go inspect anything on the launch pad, how quickly we can do that. But we still have the possibility that we'll be protecting of trying to be able to go 24 hours from now. So whenever we do get another chance to launch Falcon 9 with GPS-3 Satellite Vehicle 4, hopefully you'll join us again at that next attempt. But until then, thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.
Oh, guys, they didn't figure it out. Yet. We don't know yet, I should say. Well, I'm gonna turn off that music and expand this and turn off that, and there we go. Alright, guys, that is it for today. That was basically, yeah, I know, like, oh, wait a minute.
Nutrition facts for the live stream. 200 daily.
That was weird. I don't know what that was. I think it auto-played. Different type from same place, yes. Yeah. This is SpaceX, not ULA. We watched the ULA one together. That wasn't so good. There's a helicopter. Interesting. Not a SpaceX rocket, I mean... I have been live. Ooh. Yeah. I've been live for 1 hour, 11 minutes, 44 seconds. I haven't been on the computer the whole time. Don't worry. Okay, sorry. Wait, is that loud? It's not. Wow. I feel like my microphone would be freaking out, but I guess not. So... scrub for today, but I will probably stream tomorrow if no one's home, which is what's happening right now. I mean, I should be home any minute, but it's not loud. Yeah. Wait, what link? Don't worry, I know there's a delay. I think I can actually change that. I mean, YouTube has the delay, but I think OBS has a delay too. Like a preset delay. Oh, I need to hit settings. That would be a smart idea. There we go. Trying to see if there's any delay. I guess not. That's audio. Hotkeys. Oh, stream delay. Yeah, there is a delay. But yeah. So what link? You never told me. What link? Oh, of the SpaceX rocket launch? That would be a little challenging, but I could try to get it to you. Actually, I'll just do it right now. I'm getting it. I'm sending it to you right now. Should be receiving it any minute. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get a replay on what happened. Whoops. Oh. Wait, then what did you mean? Don't worry, it's not gonna come through. Okay, wait, what did you mean? I know you're responding, and there's gonna be a delay. So I'm just talking to my friend right now. I mean, oh yeah, I will. Duh. I'm not focusing on the live stream chat anymore, just so you know. So, I mean, this is more just a chat between me and my friend. Should probably end it, but longest stream ever on my YouTube channel. I mean, oh, she's replying. LOL, okay. Alright, guys, that will be it for today. Like I said, I might stream tomorrow. I mean, my setup is literally the weirdest thing ever. I mean, seriously. If I could take a picture right now, I would. Let me take a picture. I need a flash on. Alright. Don't be scared. Ready? Sorry, guys. That was sad. Yeah. That's kind of how it looks. Okay, there's a glare. So that's my computer, that's my mouse, that's my microphone, and that's the camera. And then my phone would be right there for me to watch the stream. So that'll be it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Yes, I have a laptop. Oh. LOL, a big fat flash on the screen. Also cool. This isn't a cool setup. No, it's disgusting. No, I have, like, literal cords everywhere. I haven't been able to, like, I can do, like, this. Here. Yes, I have a scissor arm. I can go like this, but I can't, because there's that. Like, all that stuff. Oh, I need to loosen it. There we go. Alright. Scoot over there. There we go. Wait, no, it was like right here. Now look up at me! Oh, not that way. There we go. Like that. There we go. Okay. That's like more focused up though. Alright guys, that'll be it for today. I hope you all enjoyed. I think that's it. So, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Subscribe if you want. I mean, it's free. Yes. Okay guys, subscribing is free. Just so you know. Like, it's free. Like, subscribing, the word, usually means paying. Like, for something. Subscribing on my channel is completely free. I promise you 100%. At least it better be, or YouTube has a problem. YouTube, if you make them charge, that's a problem. And I'm gonna quit YouTube. Okay? So, hope YouTube doesn't see that. Bye, guys. I mean, stream ending. Bye. Losing start at time. Oh, that was 2 minutes ago. Alright, see you later.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on